Hey guys, I am Davey Wavy, and I'm here with Taylor. So we're talking about sex workers today, and Taylor's a sex worker. And today, more specifically, we're talking about sex workers and addiction. And I know you wanted to share a little bit about your own story and your own experience.
Right, so I was addicted to methamphetamine for probably almost a decade of my life before I got into escorting. And, I struggled a lot with recovery, going to different groups, different rehabs. It didn't really work for me. I ended up hitting my rock bottom at one point and got arrested, jailed, and that's when I realized that, I needed to actually do something with my life, right? So I followed my dream, I moved to the city, and, since then, it's been a 180 basically with my life, and now I encourage other people, that they too can get clean.
How do you think you were able to get clean? Like, what changed for you?
It was my outlook on life. It was like my life was going nowhere on continuing using these drugs, and I needed to make a change for myself, for my family, for the relationships that I had in my life. And for me, it was about the people that I was surrounding myself with. And, when you're in a toxic environment like that, you need to cut those cords in order to grow as a person.
Did it take, someone from the outside to look in and say, hey, Taylor, look, what are you doing? Or was it something, were you able to have that moment yourself? Was there something that happened that caused you to...
It was a more inner moment, because over the course of my addiction, I had many friends come and say, you need some help, and I'll help you, but it was never really, I wasn't ready, and I didn't see the worth within myself. And unfortunately, it took being arrested and losing everything before I realized that.
What's allowed you to see the worth within yourself?
Every human life has worth, and you're put here to do something, and you just have to realize that.
I would imagine, has the transition from struggling with addiction to where you are today, has it been just a linear line where you're able to pull yourself out, or is it something where you have your up days and down days, or relapse, or... Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, there has been relapses, not with methamphetamine, but we're always moving forward and keeping focused on the goal now.
I have a good friend who's really struggling with addiction, and he keeps kind of falling off and then trying to get back on, and it's something he's really struggled with. How do you, when you do fall down, how do you get yourself back up, and then how do you continue to kind of stay moving up and forward?
I surround myself, I have a couple great friends who I can call any time of the day, and I call them up and I cry, and I tell them that I'm triggered, and they talk me through it. They remind me where I'm at and how far I've come, and that's what I use as my inspiration.
Is this something that you see in the industry broadly? Is your story kind of unique in your own, or is this something that you've encountered?
No, it is something I've encountered a lot, in this industry as well. A lot of escorts do use, a lot of clients use, a lot of gay men use, but I don't think you should never assume the sex worker's drug policy. A lot of us are sober, and we don't want to see clients that are, intoxicated on some substance.
How do you negotiate that with a client? If you walk into a situation and they are using, how do you manage that?
Just walk.
You just turn around
out the door. Yeah. If they don't mention it before, it's like putting something on you that you're not comfortable with, and if you're not comfortable with it, then you should get out of there.
Yeah. Is that something, can you even reference that, and as you're advertising your services, that, do you
Yeah, I do advertise, drug-free, and when people ask me, do you P&P, it's no, I don't. If you want to smoke weed, sure, I'll do that, I'll have a drink, but that's as far as it goes.
Yeah. What advice would you have for people out there that are struggling with addiction?
There is help out there, and you do have worth. You don't need to be attached to any kind of substance to live your life.
Where can people turn if they need help? Is there
Well, here in Toronto, there's Cam H. There's lots of individual rehab facilities in different counties here in Ontario and across Canada. And I found mine through Google. So
on the same computer that you're using to watch this video.
Exactly. Just Google in, and you'll find.
What would they Google?
Rehabilitation centers.
Near me.
Yeah, near me. Exactly.
Yeah.
You'll find the closest one.
I'll do it. Open up a new window right now. Cool. Well, thank you for being here, and thanks for sharing your story. And I know it requires being very vulnerable, and I think it's very courageous to do it in front of all of us.
Right.
So I definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
So thanks for being here, and thanks for tuning in. And as always, more to come. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm Davey Wavy, by the way, and I recently launched a website, Himeros.tv, and it is like porn, but it is better. It is erotic content that is designed to help you have better sex. So check it out. It's Himeros.tv. I hope to see you there.